Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannapadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasyat Virada Vaktradhya Parishadhya Paraskatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum. With Swami's grace, we covered up to Slokam 24. Right? Yontas Sukontararamaha Tatantat Jyotirevayah Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam Brahma Bhutodhigacchati. So moving on to Bhagavan talks about Brahma Nirvanam in just the next three slokams. Okay, repeating, reinforcing exactly what happens. The 24 overall meaning is: he who has embraced the peace and the ecstatic bliss of the indweller shines in its effulgence. He is a yogi indeed. Even while living in the body, he is able to remove the false notion of being separate from the indweller and becomes one with it. One with it. Brahma Nirvanam. Okay? Sa yogi. He is a yogi. Moving on to 25. The overall meaning is, what Bhagavan says, those whose sins and doubts have ended, whose senses are under control, and who always seek the welfare of all beings, or rishis. They are able to remove the false notion of being separate from the indweller and become one with it. Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rishayah China Kalmashaha Chinnaidhada Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rishayah China Kalmashaha Chinnadvaita Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. Padangal words are Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rishayah China Kalmashaha Chinnadvaita Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. China Kalmashaha. Kalmashaha is the all sinful activities, right? All the karmas that we are all undergoing, right? All the sinful activities, Chinaha, the decline, they have been eliminated. So whose all the sinful deeds have been eliminated. That's first one. Chinnad Dvaitaha, whose doubts have been nullified, have been killed, have been eliminated. Yatatmanaha, who have controlling all their senses inwards. Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha, who desire and seek benefits for all beings. They are Rishayaha, they are the rishis. Those rishis, Brahma Nirvanam Labhante, they attain Brahma Nirvanam. Brahma Nirvanam is nothing but giving up an absence of the feeling of separate from the indweller, and therefore they become one with the indweller. When you feel that when you experience that you are the indweller, you become one with it. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati, right? Slokam number 25. Those whose sins and doubts have ended, whose senses are under control and who always seek the welfare of all beings or rishis. They are able to remove the false notion of being separate from the indweller and become one with it. Labante brahma nirvanam rishayah china kalmashaha chinnadvaida yatatmanah sarvabhuta hite rataha. Slokam number 26. Bhagavan continues to reinforce this Brahma Nirvanam, becoming one with the indweller, becoming one with yourself. This is the yogam that the whole Bhagavad Gita talks about, right? He continues in that. Number 26, overall meaning is embracing the indweller. The renunciants control their mental impulses and are free of desire and anger. They are able to remove the false notion of being separate from the indweller and become one with it. Number 26. Kama krodha viyuktanam yatinam yata chetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate viditatmanam. Kama krodha viyuktanam yatinam yata chetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate Viditatmanam. Padangal are Kama, Krodha, Viyuktanam, Yatinam, Yat Chetasam, Yata Chetasam, Abhita Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Vidita Atmanam. Kama, Krodha, Viyuktanam. One who are free from kamam and krodham, from desire and anger. Yata chetasam, one who have controlled their mental impulses. Vidita atmanam, one who has embraced. Vidita means to know. How can you know something only when you experience it, not through mind or intellect. You have to experience it. So Vidita atmanam, one who has experienced the atma, one who has embraced the indweller. Viditatmanam. Yatinam, these rishihal, these renunciants. Yatina means basically sannyasis. The sannyasi yogam, Bhagavan talks about Sayogi, and here is Yatinam, the real sannyasi who are established in the indweller. Yatinam, sannyasam, right? Yatinam, those sannyasis. Abhitaha, in this as well as, in this world as well as in the other world that's coming after this, right? Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Sayujya Mukti, one with the indweller, one with the Brahman, Vartate, they attain. So again, overall meaning is embracing the indweller, Viditatmanam, the renunciants control the renunciants, Yatinam, control their mental impulses, Yata Chetasam, and are free of desire and anger, Kama, Krodha, Viyuktanam. They are able to remove the false notion of being separate from the indweller and become one with it. Brahma Nirvanam Vartate. Slokam number 27. And 28. We'll take 27 and 28 together. Now, it's a very important transition that is happening here. Bhagavan explains every point in substantial amount of detail. He makes a point for the students to understand. He elaborates on it. First, in Sankhya Yogam, he talked about how to do work. Then he explained what work is. But then what is the attitude to which one should develop doing the work? That is Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Then in Sannyasa Yoga, how do you actually do that, right? He came into much more detail. And then he has been telling us the mind has to be turned to the indweller. In order for the mind to embrace the indweller, embrace the Atma, you must look to the Atma. The mind has to be turned towards it. How do you turn the mind? Right? That's the next question Bhagavan is answering beautifully. So it's a beautiful education and teaching from the Lord. So 27 and 28 we will take together. He is ever free, who keeps away the contact with the external sense objects. focuses his vision at the center of his eyebrows, experiences the balance in the incoming and outgoing breaths moving through his nostrils, keeps the senses, mind, and intelligence under control, seeks to embrace the indweller. He is devoid of desire, fear, and anger, and meditates on the indweller. Sparsan krutva bahihi bahyam cha chakshuhu cha antare bhruvoho pranapanau samau krutva nasabhi antaracharinau yatendriya manobuddhihi munihi mokshaparayana vigatehe cha bhayakrodo yaha sada muktayeva saha. Sparsan krutva bahihi bahyam cha chakshuscha eva antare bhruvoho pranapanau samau krutva nasabhi antaracharinau yatendriya manobuddhihi munihi mokshaparayana vigatecha bhaya krodaha yaha sada mukta eva saha. We went through the padangal as I was reading it. Sparsan krutva bahihi bahyam cha chakshuhu eva antare bhruvoho prana apanau samau krutva nasabhi antara charinau yata indriya manaha buddhihi munihi moksha parayanaha vigata ichcha bhaya krodaha yaha sada mukta eva saha. Bahyan, external to our body and mind, right? And the outside world, Bahyan, external. Sparsan, the contacts that we have, we touch, not only with the skin, Sparsan, all the senses touch the sense objects. That is Sparsan. Bahihi krutva. Very important. The word bahi is used in two different connotations. Bahya means external. Bahihi krutva means keep it far away, keep it separate. That means do not be attached to the touching the sense objects. That's what it means. Bahyan, sparsan, bahihi krutva cha, and chakshuhu, the eyes, bhruvoho, the eyebrows, antare eva, putting it in the center. Okay, antare eva. Nasabhi antaracharinau. Nasabhi means nostrils. Antara means inside. Charinau, moving about. So, what is it that is moving about within the nostrils? Say nasabhi antaracharinau. Prana apanau. Prana, the vayu that is exhaled. The exhaling breath. And apanau. Apanau is inhaling breath. Prana apanau. Samau krutva. Keeping them as one, not in balance, but looking at experiencing the oneness in the outgoing and the incoming movement of the vayu. Yata indriya mano buddhihi. Yata indriya mano buddhihi. Indriyangal, that means senses. Mano, mind. Buddhihi, intelligence. All these are yataha, that means control, samyam. That means you put it in your control. You're controlling them. Moksha parayanaha, very important. Parayanaha is something that is deeply involved in surrendering with the feeling that there is nothing else. Anida sharanam nasti, with that feeling there is nothing else. Parayanaha, deeply involved, very devoted, right? That moksham means we talked about it earlier, moha chayam, which is one with the Lord, being one with the selfless love, the anandam, the premai that each one of us really are with Brahman. That moksha parayana, that's all that he is seeking. Vigata, Icha, Bhaya, Krodha. Icha means desire. Bhayam is fear, Krodha, anger. Vigata, without, sans, right? Without a desire, anger, and fear. Munihi. Munihi is one who seeks moksham. One who seeks moksham is Muni. Okay? And Muktaha means fully ripened. That is the other meaning of Muktaha. Right? Now, Munihi, in this case, one who is engaged in meditating on the indweller. One is engaged on touching himself, being one with himself. Right? That discipline, person who is disciplined in that, is a Muni. Yaha, who, saha, he, sada, always, muktaha eva. He is muktan only. He is always muktan. Muktan means, we talked about, one is ripened. Ripened in what? He is absolutely free. He is free. Moksham is absolute freedom. And muktan, one who is ripened in that process, becomes free. So Bhagavan introduces the importance of dhyanam, how to bring the mind to one-pointedness and what to do. That is this is the initial introduction here. Going through again, he is ever free who keeps away the contacts with the external sense objects, focuses his vision at the center of his eyebrows, experiences the balance in the incoming and outgoing breaths moving through his nostrils, keeps the senses, mind, and intelligence under control, seeks to embrace the indweller, moksha parayana, seeks to embrace the indweller, he is devoid of desire, fear, and anger, vigata, icha, bhaya, krodha, and meditates on the indweller. He is ever free. Sparsan kritva bhagihi bhagyam chakshuschaivantare bhuvoho pranapanau samau kritva nasabhyantara charinau yathendriya mano buddhihi munir moksha parayanaha vigatecha bhaya krodha yassada mukta eva saha. Slokam number 29. Knowing me as the enjoyer of all penances and sacrifices, as the Lord of all worlds, as a true friend of all beings, he attains peace. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheswaram suhrutam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shantim ruchati. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheswaram suhrutam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shantim ruchati. How to attain peace? Bhagavan says, Padangal are Bhoktaram, Yajna Tapasam, Sarva Loka Maha Ishwaram. Sugrutam, Sarva Bhutanam, Nyatva, Mam, Shantim, Richati. Here, Mam, Nyatva, understanding me, knowing me. Okay, that is what everything relates to that. Once you know me, not understanding, this is beyond understanding, it's coming out of personal experience. Nyatva is a jnanam, which is different from the worldly knowledge, right? It's beyond understanding. Mam Nyatva, to know me, who, Bhoktar, who is he, who's me, Bhagavan is talking about. He's going to describe this even in more detail later in the Gita. But here he says, to attain peace, to to attain Shanti, Bhokta, Yajna Tapasam. First, let's take that. Yajna. Yajna is, we said sacrifice very loosely in English. It also is offering, right? Doing everything, not with the doership of myself, but offering everything to somebody else. Who's that somebody, and who is it that is enjoying the offering, and who's doing the offering, and who is the offering itself? In all those things we saw earlier, right? So that yajna bhoktaram, the enjoyer of all the yajnas. Tapasam bhoktaram. Tapas means discipline. It is nothing more than that. It doesn't mean we have to get into difficult positions physically, bodily, and go through lots of difficulties. That's not what it means at all. Tapas simply means purification. And purification of what? Purification of mind. Purification of mind means what? Mental agitations, the various thoughts that go through, various desires that come, various impulses that come. Everything has to be purified. And there is only one place it can be purified, which is Bhagavan's lotus feet. Nowhere else it can be purified. So, taking the mind towards the Lord's lotus feet and doing it constantly in a disciplined manner, that disciplined process of purification is tapas. Thus, when you do that, who is the enjoyer of that? That is also tapasam bhoktaram, yajna bhoktaram, tapasam bhoktaram, sarva loka maheshwaram. For all the worlds, not only our earth, there's only one, this universe is only one world. There is 14 worlds like that. And all the worlds, sarva loka maha, the great leader, the protector, the Lord of all the worlds, of all the prapancham, suhritam, sarva bhutanam suhritam, all the beings, he is a friend, he is a true friend. Who's a real true friend at the time of need? Who actually comes to help? Only Bhagavan, right? As Dhruva's mother told him the truth. I can't help you, only Narayana can help you, right? No, that is the real truth. In the world, we all forget that. The real truth is, at the time of need, or even at the time when there is no need, okay, but the true friendship comes in, a friend in need is friend indeed, right? We say that. But when the time comes when there is nothing else can really help you, who's the person who's actually helping you? He is your Sukrit, okay, and that is the Lord. Sarva bhutanam sukritam, not only to you and me, even the ant that goes around, crawls along our walls, on the carpet seeking food. Who gives it food, right? Everything is protected, and he is a true friend of all the beings. Sarva bhutanam sukritam, mam jnatva, knowing me thus. Whoever knows me thus, what happens to him? Shantim rachati. Shantim, peace. Where there is no mental agitation, there is one of bliss. Where there is Shanti, there is always Anandam, right? That is Purnam. Non-declining, never decreasing, fullness of happiness, of bliss, whatever we want to call it. Anandam is what the Vedas describe it, right? Shantim richati. The richati means he attains. Shantim richati. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheswaram sugrutam sarva bhutanam jnatva mam shantim richati. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Sastre Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade Sanyasa Yoga Namaha Panchamodhyayaha. Thus ends the 5th chapter called Sanyasa Yoga, embracing divinity through renunciation, as explained in the benevolent dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna in the Upanishad called the Bhagavad Gita, which is truly a Brahma Vidya and a Yoga Sastra. With that, we will conclude for today and continue tomorrow. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. samastalokaah sukhino bhavantu, samastalokaah sukhino bhavantu, samastalokaah sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.